One of the things that we've come up with one of our bereavement groups, and when people are facing a bereavement, is the picture of a flower. I think society and also our own expectation of our own grief is that somehow on the day that somebody dies, our grief fills our whole life. It's this black hole that we inhabit, which we don't want to inhabit, but because somebody has died, that's where we are. There's blackness, that's all we can see. The day of the funeral is that most horrendous day when we say goodbye to somebody we love. But with time, this is sort of in our head, and when we don't experience it, we start to get a bit confused. But also society sort of says 6 months down the line, said, oh, you know, you must be getting over it now, 6 months ago now. And there's almost an expectation that grief is something we get over. And that maybe in 5 years' time, whereas grief filled our life and was this black hole, then in 5 years' time it's a little dot. It's always there, but it's okay, we manage it. I don't think that's what happens. I think that black hole in the centre is always there. But what happens is our life starts to grow around our grief. So the first time that we smile, and it might take a while for us to be able to really laugh heartily, it's almost adding a petal to that blackness. And what we say is that the petals are added. So when you see a grandchild smile or come up for a hug for the first time, we actually rejoice in that, we're happy about it, and then suddenly we hit that sadness. I wish they were here to share it with us. So it's almost that alternation between going into the pain and going into real normal everyday life. We will experience joy, we will experience happiness again. We might not think it in the beginning, but we will. And one of the, as you'll see from the picture in our bereavement booklet, and when we show you, is that petals will be layered around our grief. So our life will start to grow around our grief. Our grief is always there, always the sadness that we've lost that person that we've shared so much with, that person that we love so deeply, and always will. But layer upon layer will be built as we start to go out and do new things, we meet new people, we have new experiences. There'll be that pain of them not sharing with us, but there'll also be that moving forward, that we're carrying them with us into the future, but we're also starting to add colour. Somebody once said that when they first lost the person they love, their life turned into black and white. It was completely, almost soulless. But with time, colour started to almost leach back into their life. So whereas in the beginning everything was sharp and harsh and black and white, suddenly colour came back in, and that beauty of life started to return as you re-engage with life, which I think you do, but it takes time to do that. So the flower is there, that there can be hope after a bereavement. Always at the heart of that flower is that sadness, that grief, but actually our love can be something beautiful again.